Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So this video is going to be my review for my Shop My Stash for the month of March, and I'm just going to be going through all the products that I picked for this month and putting them on my face and reviewing them as I go. So let's just go ahead and jump right on in. I probably am not going to be as, well actually I feel like I have a lot of things to say about the products, but I'm going to try not to be as chatty today because I am recovering from a really bad cold. And my lungs kind of hurt still, and I'm just like very congested and so if I sound funny, that's why. Basically, let's just go ahead and jump on in. So I'm gonna start off by talking about the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. I used this and I was so happy. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot how amazing this is. It's so beautiful. It looks awesome. Like it literally looks like your skin has a filter on it. And then I realized that it was breaking me out. I think I used it 3 days in a row and I literally was breaking out everywhere, like all over my face. I'm still kind of breaking out because I'm just having a hard, rough month of breakouts. But like with this specifically, I was getting breakouts in areas I never get pimples, like all the way like right here. Like I never get pimples right here, and I was getting some. I was getting tons in like just the crevices of my face, and it was just weird spots, and I just had a feeling that it was this. I feel like it definitely is this. As soon as I stopped using it, those really weird pimples went away. I'm still getting some like, you know, everyday like my skin hates me kind of pimples, but not breakout from a product pimples. If that makes any sense at all, I don't know what's wrong with me. Basically, I'm throwing this away and I'm never using it again. End of story. Oh, I need some caffeine. I also had the Laneige lip sleeping mask in my Shop My Stash, but I'm not sure where it is at this exact moment because I've kind of been moving it around. Like I had it here in front of me, like whenever I do my makeup in my like filming setup, and then I also had it in like my bathroom at one point. I also had it in like my everyday makeup bag, and it was kind of rotating, so I'm not sure where I have it at this moment, but I did make a really good dip on that product and I feel like it's really good. Fortunately not cruelty free, so I wouldn't repurchase, but it is pretty awesome. So real quick, I'm just going to go ahead and take a moisturizing primer and throw that on. For foundation this month, I've been using the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation concealer in the shade 008 Porcelain, which is their lightest shade that they have available, and I really like this foundation. I feel like it applies beautifully. It has really great coverage. It doesn't look super drying on the skin, but it is a little bit more on the matte side. I don't know, I really like the coverage, especially when I'm having breakouts. I think it's perfect. I actually am going to go ahead and mix in the Anastasia Liquid Glow in the shade Perla, which this was also in my Shop My Stash. I'm just adding, you know, just like a little amount to that, and I use this as a highlighter and I don't love it as a highlight. I feel like it doesn't do that much. It's just, I don't know, I just don't see myself reaching for it as a highlighter. But I'm actually pretty surprised because I really enjoyed using it to mix in with my foundation, which normally if I have a liquid highlighter that's too dark to highlight on my skin, I don't use it with foundation because I feel like it'll deepen it up too much. But I feel like the tone on this is perfect, and it adds, I don't know, a little soft subtle glow. So I've been liking that combination. And I definitely owe it to my Shop My Stash for trying that because I'm not a mixer person. I would like to be more of a mixer, but I'm just not. Like, I just use the product as is, and I'm not as creative with mixing the different formulas and different finishes and getting whatever I want. I should try and experiment with that more. The only reason I did with these two products is because I was like, okay, I need to keep trying the Anastasia one and see if I can make it work in some way. But this is, again, like, just making it work. I don't think I would recommend, like, oh, I'm going to purchase this specifically to mix with my foundation. Like, there's probably better products out there, but I'm using it like that because I have it. So, and I did get it for, like, a 50% off discount or something like that. So, it's not that big of a deal. I think I accidentally got way too much product. Am I the only one who struggles with, like, I know I should not add any more product because I don't want it to be cakey, but also I don't want to waste the product that's on my hand. So I'm just adding a little bit, and then I'll like add whatever's left to my neck, I guess. I really just want to do super simple makeup today. I am not feeling creative at all. It kind of sucks because I like thought I was going to hit my goals on some of these products for this month, but I ended up not wearing makeup for an entire week basically because of how sick I felt. So there are some that I'm like so close to finishing and it's like, oh, so close. Alright, next I have the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C1. And I'm done with this pretty much. I mean, I can get enough out for today, but I already took the stopper out. I'm at the point where I'm like scraping, like just barely getting enough product to conceal, like just almost nothing. So after this one use today, like really going ham, I'm going to throw this away. So yay for another product finished. I actually do already own this. I bought the super size one in a lighter shade because it was like a really good value and I wanted to try the other shade, but the other shade's a lot more like pinky and I'm not like loving it. I actually haven't used it, I just looked at it, but I feel like I'm not going to love it, but I'm still gonna try it. I don't know, we'll see. Basically just gonna use this to conceal all the normal areas. I literally can't get any more out of this. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that in real quick. I do like this concealer. I think it's good. It was compared to Tarte Shape Tape a lot. I don't think it's that good. I think if I owned way less concealers, maybe I would consider repurchasing this shade. But right now I definitely don't need it. Okay, now for setting powder, I have the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I had to take the stopper out because there's so little amount of product left. You can see that's all. Really not a lot, like just a tiny little bit. I feel like for me that's probably like another like 3 or 4 days worth of powder. So you know, it's almost done. Like I said, this is one of the products I wanted to finish this month, but I'm almost there, so I'm sure I'll have it done by next week. So yay. Just setting underneath my eyes real quick, and then like the highlights of my face, and also like definitely my forehead a little bit, because whenever I'm breaking out I prefer to go in with a little extra powder because I think that the matte skin looks a little better. Okay, okay, next for this month I have the Marc Jacobs Coconut Bronzer, Tantastic. And I have to say, the more I use this, the more I'm just disappointed by this bronzer. Because, I mean, it's fine. It's just not what I wanted it to be. Like, it's just not... Like, everyone, like, said this was the perfect bronzer color. That it was amazing for fair skins. That it had, like, a cool undertone. And this pulls so warm on me. So warm. And I have to go in really light with it. Someone even commented on my video, like, I never get comments like, oh, your bronzer looks bad or whatever. Not because, like, I'm an amazing bronzer, but I feel like I normally, like, you know, keep it pretty low-key. And someone actually commented on a video when I was wearing this and said, like, girl, your bronzer, it's a little crazy. And I swear, it's just this bronzer. I feel like I was lied to. Like, I was made to believe that this was worth an absurd amount of money. And I feel like it's just, it's not that amazing. Unpopular opinion, but I definitely would be smarter to have used this in more of a summer month rather than still winter when I'm like extremely pale. So I'll probably pull this back out again in like June or July. But the way that I like to use it most is using the AOA Studio F11 brush. This is literally $1. It's amazing. My dollar brush and my $50 bronzer. And I just pick up like a little bit, you know, and I go in really lightly along the contours of my face. And I feel like this brush is the best way to apply this bronzer without going overboard. Because I used a different brush and it was just not good. Not good. So, and then whatever's left over, I just lightly go down my nose. Nothing crazy. Really quickly, I'm just going to go ahead and do my brows off camera. I'm going to do like super simple brows today, and then I'll be right back. Okay, they look a little messy, but that's fine. It's whatever. I'm going to go ahead and go into my eyeshadow primer, which is the Essence I Love Color Intensifying Eyeshadow Base. And I mentioned in the beginning of this month that I ended up having to take the stopper out, and there was a ton of product left when I took the stopper out. And now it's definitely way less. I'm definitely having to scoop and really try and grab product out, but there is still a good amount. So I'm thinking I'll probably be able to use this for maybe 7 more looks, maybe less, and then it'll be an empty. So, making progress on this one, although I've decided I don't think I would repurchase it. It is a really good eyeshadow primer for the price, but I'm just trying my absolute best to find something close to the P. Louise. And you guys, every time I mention this, you keep recommending the new Makeup Revolution one, which I want to try really, really bad. But I'm not actively trying to find a new eyeshadow primer because I'm not purchasing any eyeshadow primers or making any purchases like that because of my low buy. So I will try that eventually. So I had 2 palettes this month, and one of them was the Lorac Pro. This is a super throwback, and I have to say I got bored with this palette so fast. It was ridiculous. I actually did end up hitting pan on the white shade right here. I don't know if you guys can see, right there. You can probably see the little shift in the pan. It's the tiniest little amount of pan ever. I'm actually going to use the white again today, so maybe you'll be able to see more in a few minutes. But I just feel like this palette is so boring. I just bought it so long ago, it just does not go with my makeup style. I did a look, I think I did one look that was mauve-y, and then I did a look that was super neutral, and then I was wow, I'm already out of options. I'm so bored. So yeah, I don't know. I'll use it some today, but I'm just bored out of my mind. Although they do blend really well. They blend amazing. Really great, especially for how old they are. They're very, very old, but I'm just bored. And then the other palette is the Paleo from Clionadh Cosmetics, and I really like this. It doesn't look that used, but I have used, I'm pretty sure, almost every single shade. I think the only shade I haven't used yet is this one right here. Yeah, that's the only one I haven't used. So I am liking this palette. I would say it's not my absolute favorite because it is so many shimmers. I didn't realize that it was so many shimmers. There's only 2 mattes here. But I think even though the mattes kind of look funny, like a super orangey, yellowy, tone, and then a purpley plum, it doesn't seem oh, that's the most logical mattes, but they actually do go together pretty well. And I feel like all the pops of color are really beautiful. I like the shades individually more than all together as a cohesive palette, but I do overall really like them. I'll point out the shades I like the most real quick. Actually, this one's really beautiful. This is a yellow, really bright gold, but it has almost a green shift to it. I wore that all over my lid one day. It was really pretty. I like this one. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure if I used the green or not. I cannot remember. And then on this one. And this one's okay. Again, I don't think I used this one. So overall, I do like it. Let me just figure out what I'm doing with my life. I don't know, I kind of want to do a yellow look. I've been feeling pretty tired, so I feel like yellow would be good. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and start off with white from Lorac, and I'm just going to highlight underneath my brow bone real quick. Make that pan a little bigger. Since we're already here for old time's sake, I'm just going to go ahead and take the shade Nude, and I'm going to pop that on my inner corner. I used to literally live for this one inner corner color. Alright, now I'm going to go into this matte shade right here called Pangea. And I'm going to throw that in my crease. I don't know where I got all this fallout from. It's not even... Is it white fallout? What the heck? I'm actually just going to go ahead and take that shade along the lower lash line too. Kind of messily, but that's fine. Alright, I feel like that is such a beautiful matte shade. So now I'm going to go ahead and take this shade called Molten. I'm just going to take it on my finger and make it super easy. And I'm going to put it all over my eye. Like, I am just not normally a gold person, but that gold is so beautiful. Just taking my blending brush and slightly blending the edges. And that is literally the entire eye look for today. Super, super simple. I'm just gonna throw on some mascara real quick. Alright, for blush, I had the Morphe 8W and 8C blush palettes, and I feel like I've been using these so much since I recently, well, not recently, maybe a few months ago, I was gifted these through Octoly. So I've just been using these so much, and I feel like they're really, really good blush palettes. Like, if you don't have a lot of blushes or any blushes at all, I feel like you could probably get by with just these two blush palettes, because I feel like they're like that perfect in-between formulation where it's like, it's not so pigmented to where like as soon as you put it on you're like, oh crap, like that's way too much blush, but it's also so like not so unpigmented that you have to build and build and build and build. It's just perfect. So I reach for these all the time. There's 8C. I actually did use this quite a lot because I did a lot of cool tone looks this month, but I think today I'm going to go ahead and use the 8W, which looks like these. And you know what? I'm going to be a little crazy. I'm going to go for this shade called Provocative, which I haven't used yet. That's like the darkest shade in the palette, but I'm going to go super light and just see, like, you know, it might just be like a nice peachy, bright orange blush. See, I like barely touched it in the pan, and it gave me just like the tiniest little amount of color, but if you know, if you wanted just a little bit more, I think you would get a ton more pigmentation, but it makes that super bright, crazy color, like just a wearable soft red. I'm actually going to go in with a little bit more. Oh god, I went in with a lot more. I'll split it between cheeks. That's actually really pretty. I love warm blush. Me gusta. Alright, for highlighter, I also had quite a few options. I already talked about the Anastasia one, but I also had the Makeup Revolution Sofx palette, which just looks like this. And I did use this a good amount. I feel like I got to know it better, and I feel like this is not my perfect highlighting palette because there's a lot of shades here I can't use that are a little bit too deep for me. I feel like I could probably try using like this shade as a bronzer, but I didn't. I should have done that. But overall, I do really like this. I would say the formula is a little inconsistent because like this purple one is like the most blinding whatever, and then like this pink one is like this like kind of like shifty duochrome, but it doesn't have as much glow to it. And then, like, I believe this white one I found to be really glowy, and then this one was wait, let me remember. Yeah, that one was, again, a little bit more just like a shift, not quite as blinding, so I feel like I kind of went back and forth on this palette. I do think it's really, really good, like, so good for the price, and if you're, like, a makeup artist, or you have, like, a medium skin tone and you can get away with using more of these shades, I think it's definitely worth it. I think I'm not going to use this today just because I really want to use the Elsie one. I can't remember what I used in my Shop My Stash original video for this like bundle of products, but I really want to use the Elsie one, which is Pearly Glaze. It's their Skin Reflex highlighter. Just looks like this, and I just like this because I think it looks really good on the skin, and it's very natural, and I don't know, I'm just feeling it. I'm grabbing a random highlighting brush, and I like literally just mix all the shades together, and then I'm just gonna throw it on. Like, it's such a beautiful glow from within, which isn't normally like my thing, but it has been kind of recently. So you know what, we'll make it a little fun. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the tiniest amount of this highlighter right here from the Sofx palette. I don't know how it's going to work on this brush because I've never used this brush for highlighter before. I just grabbed it. And I'm just going to put that on like the very top of the cheekbone. For setting spray, I have the Milani Make It Last setting spray, and I'm so mad that I didn't finish this. I know I could have. It's just that I like have my everyday makeup bag, and I kept using the Catrice one just out of habit. And I should have like brought this one upstairs or something, and I would have finished it because it's so little amount of product left. So I'm going to make it like a thing. Like, I'm going to finish it this next month, I promise. Oh, why do I have black on the lid? Don't know where that came from. Totally forgot to review this or say anything about it, but it's a really good setting spray. I love it. This is my second bottle, and I plan on repurchasing more in the future when I get through some of my other setting sprays that I like a little bit less. I totally forgot for eyeshadow, I also have my Pixie by Petra Crystalline Liquid Shadow, which is one of my favorites. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why I included it because I use it all the time, so it's kind of just habit, but I'll just, I'll throw it on. It's fine. It just adds, like, a nice little touch of glitter. I don't think I've ever used this on my lid. I always just use it on my inner corner. But you can see, it's beautiful. I don't know why. I think I got that in my tear ducts a little because I'm kind of crying. Oh, gosh. All right. Last but not least, we have some lip products to talk about. I don't know why I chose this many lip products. I was like, oh, I need more variety. But then I, like, didn't even end up using some of these. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, I'll talk about the product that I like the most, like I'm obsessed with, which is the Jouer lip gloss. Love this so much. It's so good. Just such a nice, glossy, like not sticky, just comfortable formula. This is what I'm wearing today. This is what I've been wearing constantly. Like, I think I wore this in like 10 videos this month. Just gonna throw it on my very chapped lips. Every time I'm sick, my lips go through it even more than normal. See, it's literally just like the prettiest gloss. I really, really like this. Really, really like it. It's like one of the only products I have from Jouer, but I'm here for it. I also went ahead and did my Dose of Colors and I Love Sarah E collaborations. Oh, I have another one. Jeez, I don't know where I am with my life. I also have Brio. So I really like Brio a lot. Actually, you know what? We'll just throw on Brio a little bit in the center for like some glitter. I don't know. Gloss on gloss. It's just very glossy. So I like Brio. I feel like Barely There. It's such a light nude shade that I feel like I just don't love this as much because it's just so opaque and so pale, and I feel like I just can't wear it on its own. I do like mixing it with other lip products to lighten it a little bit, but I do feel like I can kind of feel a little bit sticky, not sticky, just a little bit like thick. And like sometimes like I get like a little bit of the white line with this lip gloss, so I wouldn't say that it's my absolute favorite. The two liquid lipsticks I didn't wear. I did not wear them because I've just been like, my lips have been so dry. I like don't even want to like think about having to wear a liquid lipstick. I think today the liquid lipstick, okay, actually both of these would look beautiful. The liquid lipstick Fresa, like yes, like a super bright red with like the yellowy eyes, I think that would be pretty. But the shade Aesthetic, like the deep orange with this eye, I think that would be stunning. But like I said, my lips are just a disaster right now, so I'm not gonna do it. But I already know I love the formula of those. I love Dose of Colors formula. It's really, really good. And then last but not least is my Mellow Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Nude, which I definitely could have pulled for more, but it's just really pink. Whenever I picked this out, I thought it was more of an actual nude, but it's actually super, super pink. So I didn't reach for it that often. I do feel like it's really comfortable. It wears pretty well on the lips for a like tube lipstick, so I do like it. Not like anything to write home about, but it's okay. Alright, so this is the finished look for this month's Shop My Stash review. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and are enjoying this series. I'm loving it, doing it every single month, and I'm very, very excited for the products for my Shop My Stash for April, which April is my birthday month, so I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like I'm gonna do like my favorite products that I can remember, like old favorites maybe, something like that. So, because obviously like I want to have mom makeup for my birthday. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are enjoying this and being inspired to use your collection and not always, you know, get sad over not buying every single new release, because there's just so many releases. It's literally impossible to keep up with, and it's just so nice to take a step back and just enjoy what you have. So I'm feeling really good about my low buy experience. I'm feeling really good about, you know, everything right now. That's specific. All right, so I'm being chatty, which I really shouldn't be because like breathing, it's hard right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.